Welcome to Reeves Rants, the voice of the working class. And the reason why I say that is because I have a job. I have a real job. And most people don't like to disclose how much money they make for a living. But I will tell you this. I make less than $60,000 a year at my full-time job. So when I say I'm the voice of the working class, I know what I'm talking about. I've been employed since I was in my teens in physical jobs, working class labor jobs, my whole life. And nothing's frustrating me more than all these celebrities and these politicians and the media especially telling us, the working class, how to live our lives.
It is absolutely maddening to hear millionaires saying, we are in this together. We need to sacrifice. Who's we?
It's time that we all start awakening to the lies that are being told by our celebrities. If we took away 1,000 years of history, all of our celebrities would be court jesters performing for thy king.
I am prepared to make a statement. When I was a lad, I was gloomy and sad as I was from the day I was born. When other babes giggled and gurgled and wiggled, I proudly was loudly forlorn. My friends and my family looked at me clammily, thought there was something amiss.
They're not standing apart telling us something to help better America. No, they're sitting in their ivory towers pretending as though they know what our lives are like to live. So we're going to jump into this video of Rosie O'Donnell telling us all about how Donald Trump's bad. I don't support Donald Trump, just so you know. But I am anti-democrat, or I am anti-liberalism. I am anti-progressivism. It is socialism, communism. It is all the things that failed for 1,400 years prior to America. 1492 marks the time when Christopher Columbus abandoned that old way of thinking of communism and socialism, and we tried out this American thing that became the amazing thing that it is. Just because a lot of Americans have forgotten how great this country is and how great the Constitution and the founding, and yes, we may have had some problems along the way, but you never get perfection, and we're never going to reach perfection as humans. But we have to start seeing the real life effects and not listening to morons who don't know what it's like to live this real life. So with that being said, thanks for hitting the like and subscribe button. Let's roll into it.
Okay, so we've proved to the citizens of the United States that no one is above the law.
Talking about no one's above the law, then shouldn't we be talking about Hillary Clinton and how she saw no penalty for all of the classified information that she clearly broke government security protocols, top secret protocols, all to have emails on a private server?
To when Hillary Clinton was America's top diplomat, the US Secretary of State. She was offered an official email address, a state.gov ID, but she decided not to use that and instead used her personal email through a private server.
The FBI has just sent a letter to Congress informing them that they have discovered new emails pertaining to the former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's investigation. And they are reopening the case into her criminal and illegal conduct that threatens the security of the United States of America.
Way more top secret information than Donald Trump all day. And I'm not trying to, again, defend Donald Trump. But what I am saying is, when you say that now we've shown the American people that no one's above the law, well, that's the problem. Is that the American people actually see where there's a bunch of people above the law. If you have money or power, you're above the law. You may think because they busted Donald Trump that they busted some hugely powerful person and that they ignored Hillary Clinton.
Well, Hillary Clinton says it was all a matter of convenience and that it was easier to use one email account on one smartphone.
Looking back, it would have been better if I simply used a second email account and carried a second phone, but at the time, this didn't seem like an issue.
But it's against State Department protocol because government emails are considered official documents and therefore they need to be archived.
There is evidence that they were extremely careless in their handling of very sensitive, highly classified information.
And that they ignored the Hunter Biden story.
Another conspiracy theory that's not a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, they went all out on that. You know,
they really did.
Like New York Post wasn't allowed to tweet.
Yeah, for a while, wasn't it? Like 2 weeks.
It was the most egregious example of tax censorship.
Which we now have polling data that shows that if the average American person knew that the media had covered up the Hunter Biden story, that they wouldn't have voted for Joe Biden. These are polling statistics now. Whether they're facts or not is debatable because polling's polling. But the American people do not see that there's nobody above the law. There is clearly still a list of people who are above the law.
No one is above the law. Trump's home, raided and seized. 15 boxes, a lot of boxes, seized.
Former Secretary Clinton has maintained that she never sent or received emails that were marked classified. But Tuesday, Comey said the investigation found 110 emails that contained classified information at the time they were sent and received. And whether they were marked classified when she received them or not, Comey hammered Clinton for leaving government emails vulnerable to enemies.
Any reasonable person in Secretary Clinton's position or in the position of those with whom she was corresponding about those matters should have known that an unclassified system was no place for that conversation.
30,000 emails ignored. Millions of dollars of cash changed between China and Hunter Biden. Ignored. Many more crimes ignored. The connection between Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Clinton ignored. All of these people above the law.
So, you know, there's no civil war today, by the way. I looked around. There's no civil war happening. So.
It sounds like you thought we would all go to battle for Donald Trump. And that it was Donald Trump, Stiltskin all the time. See, that's the thing is, just because people voted for Donald Trump doesn't mean they'll go to war for him. It doesn't mean that we support Democrats either. The American people are largely independent and becoming more and more independent. And the ignoring of the facts on the other side while pretending that Donald Trump, someone who's not even the president right now, is so important. America's what's important. And if Donald Trump runs for president, then he'll probably get elected again. Because the Democrat Party is so bad. And their refusal to see themselves while constantly talking about Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. Just because people voted for him didn't mean that they're hardcore alt-right conservative. There are a lot of independents who voted for Donald Trump. And again, here we go, just constantly villainizing Donald Trump as an individual and ignoring anything that he actually did good for our country and how people felt during his economy versus how people feel during this crap economy. And because you're wealthy, you don't have a clue what you're talking about. You just feel things, and therefore the rest of us should feel it too and have all that money that you do to run our big mouths and pretend like we just can spend, and it won't have problems for us. These gas prices matter to the rest of us. These grocery prices matter to the rest of us. I know you have a bunch of money, so it doesn't matter that much. And therefore, we shouldn't listen to you.
I think America has come to understand his true essence, and he doesn't have quite the following that he used to, and people have woken up to the illusion of Donald Trump.
Outside of your expectation of riots, fighting in the streets, and all kinds of chaos because Donald Trump was raided, there's an election coming. And for you to speak just ahead of an election to assume that people see his essence or see some essence or whatever, there's been no election of 2024 yet. The Democrat Party doesn't even know who they're running against potentially Donald Trump. Donald Trump hasn't even said he's going to run. Nothing would be better than Donald Trump not running now, just because the Republican Party doesn't need Donald Trump to beat the Democrat Party. When you say we see the essence of the Democrat Party now. We, the independents, see the essence of liberalism now. The destructive nature that liberalism brings to our country. And the anti-American values that it's trying to instill in our country. Anti-freedom of speech, anti-gun rights. There's only one party that's attacking the Constitution constantly, and yet the Constitution is one of the handful of documents that made this country what it is, and that's why we are who we are. That's the freedom we have. That's the ability for you to say what you're saying and make all the money that you've made off being a court jester. So yeah, we the American people do see the essence of what's happening in our world today and are awakening to what's going on. But outside of a riot, what did you expect to happen? The election's coming. And then you will see who has been awakened and who has been enlightened to the essence of the destructive nature of liberalism.
Because that's what it was, an illusion created by Mark Burnett on The Celebrity Apprentice, that he was somehow some sort of successful businessman, which he never was. And he got all his money from his dad, who was a slumlord, and his company was mostly logo slapping, not building, you know.
You can see an example right here of what we've heard called the Trump derangement syndrome. Trump derangement, where people are so anti-Trump. You see it in the media all over today. Anti-Trump, just so hatred. The guy hasn't been the president. We have a different president who's an unbelievable failure and no one's talking about it. They want to just talk about Trump. I'll be the first to not give you very much credit if you have money. He definitely got a boost of $1 million off of his dad, so I don't give him too much credit for being an amazing businessman. But you can't be such a Trump hater that you can't see the hypocrisy in what you just said. He got all of his money from his dad, but then he got an illusion that he's a good businessman, but then he also just logo slaps. Well, which one of them is there?
Listen, all you got to do is look it up. You're willfully blind if you believe in Trump.
Donald Trump isn't the president. Donald Trump may or may not run for president again, but he's not right now. So when you say believe in Trump, you're just showing your hatred again. Because unless he runs for president again, doesn't matter what people believe in. Votes are what actually matter. And the guy who got voted in is an unbelievable failure. And you can't see that because of your Trump hatred. You can't see how Joe Biden being in office is destructive. You can't see how progressivism and liberalism is destructive to America. You can't see any of that because you're living all on your benefit of America and don't understand what's been given to you. You have no idea who's who and what's what and who's fighting for what. You don't understand how these laws and how these things are actually affecting real world Americans because you've been rich for too long. You have no idea what we're living like. You have no idea how $5 gas prices affect people. You will see that this is very much hurting America, and the American people, and the working class of America. The people that you, celebrities, wealthy, media, politicians, all of you need more than anybody. Look at the numbers. You said it. Look it up, and you will see that Donald Trump has been 100% better than Joe Biden, and that Democrat policies have created a lot of the problems that we're dealing with in our country today. And with the slow dragging economy, the gas prices, everything. Most of the decisions that have been made by the Democrat Party during Joe Biden's term have been painful to the average American person. But you don't know that because you have money. Just like the media, politicians, and celebrities, you're all completely out of touch with what we're all dealing with out here in the real world. Thanks for hitting that like and subscribe button. Later.